G'day subscribers and welcome to FJ Holden Jive Talking you with Jules Knight. And today I'm showing you my FJ and where we're up to. We've had a bit of a clean up in the triple garage to try and get some valuable space so we can do some work on the FJ. But with mine, that's a warranty motor. So from the paperwork, that was replaced in 1961 and then stamped by the Victorian Police. So it's got a V number, V at the start and P at the end in the serial number on the motor. There's a little bit of work to do just over here on the firewall. So this whole firewall will be sandblasted. The apron panels, sandblasted here, sandblasted there. We've got some new guards to put on, so they go to everything goes to sandblasters on Thursday, and we'll look to pick up on Friday and undercoat Friday night and Saturday. So look, it's sort of getting there. The color green is different to me because I've never really had a green car. You can see why we want another couple of guards, but as the great David Johnson says to me, it's only metal, Jules, don't worry about it. But it's a pretty straight car, actually. You look at the rear quarter panels. I mean, they look really, really good. Heaven knows how much bog you find when you start stripping it. For the moment, I'm not going to go all the way down to bare metal. I've got some inner and outer sills to go on. So Clarky from Melbourne, he wants to fly up and put the sills on for me. So I'm very appreciative of that. But inside, it's a panel van. A two-door panel wagon, a panel van. You can see the dicky seat in the back. Nice little dicky seat there. Either side of the wheel arches. And being a panel van, wheel arches are normally pretty good. They haven't had a hard life like a ute has. So, they obviously had a pull-to door handle of some description over there. But as I've told subscribers, we're actually going to move it to a more ergonomic place here. And we've already got the window locks on it and also the venties. But you can see one of the first obvious things to it is they've split the seats and trying to keep it to the fashion of an FJ. So it's got all the FJ pleats on there. But that's how you access, into the back. And I'll take you around and I'll show you the back in a minute. But really, it is a lovely old car. There's a bit of paint and that worn on the steering wheel, and I'm not worried about any of that. And they've elongated the cut in the radio, so I'm not quite sure what I'll do with putting the transistor radio there or in the three-sided box at the bottom, but I've got a few other things coming, one of which is going to be the new wiring harness, and I've also ordered the new floor mat for it as well, because a car's got to have a floor mat, and with the FJs, like for instance with my ute, Will Skirman, when he did my ute in such a beautiful way, he put all the underfelt down first, and then I'd already cut the floor mat out for the size, so that was just a matter of rolling it in place. But I'm going to have a few different bits and pieces on this one, and like for instance, we know on the floor I've got the dipper pedal. We're going to have also the pump on the floor for the windscreen washers, and there's from this car came with a parcel shelf which goes along here. You can actually see the remnants of it there. Well, I've taken it off so we can get sandblasted. I like the fact it's got the little valance underneath here, so it's always had that little valance. So it's a matter of, do I go with the original green glove box or do I stick the special glove box lid on it as well? And I've got my lovely old horn ring that I kept out of my ute when I sold it. I've got new choke knobs and choke cables to go on here, and also replacing the black knobs over there on the glove box, and also on the light switch here. So they've all got to go back to the ebony color of the window winders. So that will look nice. One thing I'm not doing is I'm not going to drill a hole here for the cigarette lighter. I've got NASCO accessory type that actually has a bracket on it for a commercial that goes underneath the dash. So I want to thank Tristan for that. Tristan organised me one of those. So that will go underneath. And I also have a series of gauges. So it's a case of, I'm going to have either Smith, Sons and Reese or AC gauges underneath here for oil pressure and water temperature, because I think those two things are just crucial when you've got your car. So I've also got the fan to go in here, the demisters, the dash rack, glove box light in the glove box, the pull two door handles to go on properly, the weather shields above the driver's door, and the little weather shields over the passenger side. So we've got a whole heap of things to do, to be putting on if we want to have this car ready for the Nationals. So today being March, as we get toward the end of March, so we've got some work to do. We've had some lovely offers from Scotty Too Hotty to come up to Brizzy and help me with the engine and gearbox swap or the brakes. So one of the things that I really need to do is probably outsource the top tailgate and the guards and so on. So they've got to go to a couple of panel beaters so I can get twice as much work done as quickly as possible. So we get it back and we can start doing. So what we'll be doing here is I'd like to put new door cars on it, because I really don't like how you can sort of see the cut on the door card right here. I don't like being able to see those grommet rubbers there. And I'd also put, new bitumen panels here. Now I put Professor Mark from Adelaide onto a company that I saw on one of the auction sites, and they do a really good job. And I know Mark was deliriously happy with the end result. Last time I just made my own, and I put the turned metal on the edge last time, and then I painted the bitumen board, and that turned out nice. No one would have known the difference. So we'll see how we go this time. But I'm sort of getting there, so that the floor will be just the floor mat. I'll have the bitumen board on the side here. I can get one shall we say plate that goes along here from Adelaide, but I need to get a passenger side. And in the back seat, well, I'll go to Clark Rubber, and I'll just get some floor matting from Clark Rubber and put that in the back, so that's fine. Michael has already cut the boards for me, so the boards in the cargo area are done. I just have to get them out and paint them, so I'll get rid of those old ones there, and I'll put the new ones in place with Ocean Mist Green. So when you go into the back, Tristan's also organised for me sliding windows, so that was sort of the best value I ever got. But in the back you can sort of see the little dicky seat that's there. I've obviously got a lot of stuff in the back from when we did the cleanup yesterday, but what I wanted to note was this is where they did the fill on this one, whereas on the prototype has the filler here. Well, I don't think that's a great idea if in the event that someone gives you a tap in the back. So what I'm going to be doing is, now I got a gooseneck from Basil. So this is just a sedan gooseneck, and I've spoken to the engineer during the week, and I'm going to sort of mount it somewhere around here. I'll check out the angles, and then from the gooseneck itself, run some flexible pipe down to the tank. So I'll put an inlet on the tank, and then it'll be a case of we'll be able to put petrol in it that way. Very similar to what they would have in a HD, for instance. HD station wagon had exactly that, with metal inlet, and then a metal inlet also on the petrol tank, and flexible tubing between the two. And then it's a case of clamps either side that are nice and tight, holding it together just like a radiator hose. So very, very simple process, or simple idea, and it seemed to pass muster with the people that mattered, and that's really all there is to it. But as you can see, that's sort of where we are with the FJ panel wagon. I hope you enjoyed the quick look, and as we get more things done, we'll sort of bring them to you on FJ Holden Jive Talking. But don't forget to share, like and subscribe, but more importantly, enjoy your Holden.